Now, let's get into something very interesting, okay? This is yeah, I think it was the roller delayed gun. Thank you, Error. So let's get into something super interesting. This is a brand new 1 to 4 Prism. You heard that right. It's a 1 to 4 Japanese Prism from a company called Apex Optics, who I've never heard of before. And they have a brand new LCAN style optic, half the size, half the weight, monstrous field of view, 1 to 4. Here, I'll show it to you. Reticle in action. Just a huge chunk and field of view on that bad boy. Japanese glass, everything's made in Japan. They're targeting a price tag of $800.
Wow. Okay.
$800. So think of it's like 16 ounces, I want to say. Good glass. Here, let me keep playing it so you guys can keep seeing it. There we go. So I mean, like, really big field of view on the thing. I think it's rated at like 127 feet or 137 feet at 100 yards at 1x. It's called Apex Optics. Coming out later this year, I think is what they told me. They're targeting a price of around $800. Again, all Japanese. It's a Prism optic, not an LPVO. So the magnification ring is actually on the front of the optic. It's on the very front. And yeah, $800. Glass looks good. Field of view, very good. It uses ACOG style mounts. So you can use whatever aftermarket mount you want. So for me, in almost every way, it's better than an Elk. Here, I'll show you some pictures of it so you guys can kind of get what it looks like. Now, this is a prototype. So this is not the production model. So I also talked to them about it. It is going to come with a top-mounted red dot. And then that throw lever is removable if you don't want it, right? So the magnification ring is in the front, uses mini ACOG mounts, and then it's going to have a top landing platform for your red dots. So, and made in Japan. Yeah, made in Japan. It's the same size as like a TA31, same weight as well. It's like 16 ounces total. So
if they can hit that $800 MSRP and even maybe get it, down to the 7 and mid 6s when they go on sale or whatever, that will crush.
Yeah. Well, so it actually kind of reminds me of the Primary Arms GLX 2X, how it has the mini ACOG mount in the middle and then like a long body that hangs over top. Again, this is still not the production model. The full model is going to have the built-in landing platform up top, and it's going to look a little different, I would guess. Now, in terms of the reticle, it is not. It's using a standard etch and fill design, so it's not going to be. It's going to be as bright as like a Primary Arms Prism. It's not going to be, which is bright, right? It's not a dim by any means, but it's not going to be like the brightest thing you've ever seen, right? So I think this is it in action. This is using a very ACSS style reticle. I think that he said the reticle is going to change a little bit as well in the full model. This is using a center dot horseshoe and then BDC with wind holds. So it's a very standard BDC style reticle, but glass look good, huge field of view, decent cost, really unique. So something that was actually kind of cool.
Mention of night vision capability at all?
I didn't ask about it, but I would imagine no, because magnified optics in general don't play unless it's on 1x. Now on 1x with really good glass, you probably could get away with it because again, the 1x looked good. The eye relief was also better, like much better than like the LCAN, because the LCAN has incredibly short eye relief. This had probably 3.5 inches, 4 inches, and the 1x looked pretty good. And keep in mind, you're looking at like a tiny screen on a live stream of a camera taking footage of it in a dark room. So it looks better in person. But yeah, it's Japanese glass, Japanese body. Not too much to complain about. Yeah, honestly, although I guess the EOTech, you could just call it a different flavor of this, minus what's going to be a built-in, RMR, RMSC type optics landing platform up top.